In 1951, New York State's Board of Regents wrote and authorized a voluntary prayer that could be recited by students at the beginning of each school day. Almighty God, we acknowledge our dependence upon Thee, and we beg Thy blessings upon us, our parents, our teachers, and our country. The case was brought by a group of families of public school students in New Hyde Park from the Herrick's Union Free School District. They sued the school board president, William J. Vitale, Jr. The families argued that the voluntary prayer contradicted their religious beliefs. Led by Stephen Engel, a Jewish man, the plaintiffs sought to challenge the constitutionality of the state's prayer in school policy. The plaintiffs argued that opening the school day with such a prayer violates the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment to the United States Constitution, which states that Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof. This was made applicable to the states through the Due Process Clause of the 14th Amendment. They were able to use the constitutional doctrine called selective incorporation, which ensures that states cannot enact laws that take away the constitutional rights of American citizens. In the state court, Engel and his plaintiffs were unsuccessful. In 1959, they lost their case before the Supreme Court of New York. In 1960, they lost before the Appellate Division of the Supreme Court of New York. In 1961, they lost before the Court of Appeals of New York. These courts decided that the prayer doesn't violate the First Amendment. Saying that it's a violation would go against the American history and would destroy an important part of the foundation of the American government structure. But the case wasn't over. Governments of 22 states submitted an amicus curiae brief to the Supreme Court. The question of the case was, does the reading of a non-denominational prayer at the start of a school day violate the Establishment of Religion Clause in the First Amendment? In a 6-1 decision, the Supreme Court held that reciting government-written prayers in public schools was unconstitutional, violating the Establishment Clause of the First Amendment. The policy breached the constitutional wall of separation between church and state. Justice Douglas concurred in the judgment on the ground that the state's financing of religious exercise violated the First Amendment.